What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, Cryptocosm, where I talk about the astrological forecast.
And I bring you your daily crypto news.
Talk to me.
Let's talk about mass adoption.
Mass adoption.
You know what the interesting thing is, Aaron? What I have seen is we've just started to see the charts tip over to the green side. And coinciding with that, we're seeing all the good news. And some of this news may have even been portrayed maybe a month ago in a completely different light, and individuals were freaking out about it. But now we have the green light shining on everything, and everything looks beautiful and wonderful.
Green. Except for here in Michigan, because it just dumped snow on us.
Like, I don't want to talk about the snow.
It is kind of beautiful, but
we're just gonna stick with green. Let's leave the white. Let's leave the white for another conversation.
All right.
So mass adoption. So many things are going on right now. Let's first off, let's talk about Starbucks.
Star Bizzles, baby.
I know you're excited about
Back in
this
January, you know, the owner of Starbucks, he really believed, now they're one of the first companies that adopted, you know, digital phone payment, which was a pretty cool thing. They're a very progressive company.
They keep up with the times, yeah.
Right, and back in January 27th, he said, I believe in the blockchain, I believe in cryptocurrency, but I don't believe in Bitcoin. Okay, so now fast forward a month and change, what's going on?
Well, they're going to release their first ICO.
On April 1st.
Well, the Star coin, or the Starbucks coin, or the Buck coin, or whatever the $15 coffee coin they want to call it. Right. I don't know.
Right after, well, I'll say the full moon. So everybody's going to be jumping in this Bitcoin stuff, and I guarantee you April 1st, we're going to see Bitcoin take a bit bump because people like Starbucks more than they like money. I swear to God, it's amazing.
Well, they have to because they trade quite a bit of it for it. I'll tell you what. Now, personally, I'm not a huge Starbucks fan.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge McDonald's fan either. But when McDonald's said, 2018, we're going to be accepting Bitcoin, I was like, yes, cool. Go on, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Get that mass
get those
public,
golden arches
get those
on.
people, make them aware of what's going on and how the world is changing.
Huge.
So Starbucks, I love you guys. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm on your side. I'm pro crypto. Pro crypto. We're going to hashtag that one too. I like that.
Really toothpicks and four.
But it's going to be an ERC20 token. For those of you that don't know what the ERC20 token is, it's built on the Ethereum Classic platform. Classic platform. So Ethereum was a branch of Ethereum Classic, and they've moved on to bigger and better things. But ERC Classic probably has the most tokens available and the most applications built on its platform at this time.
That's huge.
So it is. And unfortunately, it's not as huge as the price of their actual coin, which is, I think, running in the mid 30s or so the last time I checked. Ethereum Classic's kind of dipped off my charts. I've been looking at a bunch of other coins right now, but last I saw was roughly mid 30s. But the applications are fantastic. It's solid. It's rock solid.
And honestly, I like the price. I mean, right now, Ethereum actually is floating at about $8.50 per token. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, we can get in and buy, for $100, you're getting, just over 3 tokens. Yeah. Which is kind of cool, which is, it's a half a cup of coffee.
But look at how established they are. And Ethereum, compared to Ethereum Classic, Ethereum has just come off the starting line, really. Ethereum Classic has been around for a while. Right. So are we going to see the types of major price jumps that Ethereum is? Probably not. Could it happen? I mean, anything is possible.
Anything could happen, right? Who knows?
But probably not. The one thing I really like about the Starbucks application of this coin is I would have been really upset with them if they just used it as a currency, like a Starbucks gift card, and called it crypto. I would have been pissed. I would have taken back my good job, Starbucks. I'm telling you right now. But they didn't. And here's why. With the cryptocurrency in their ICO, they're going to be able to have poll voting. So if you're a holder of the Starbucks crack coin, or whatever you want to call it,
okay,
you will be able to list your vote on the blockchain. So this is how they're getting, basically, they're building a community.
I like it. Community, the future, Aquarius, the community.
They're being able to pull these votes onto the blockchain, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest applications of blockchain is the security of these votes. And now Starbucks is just a little small example of an idea like that. But, we have Clearpool and things like that do it on a much larger scale. And hopefully we'll get it to run the government here one of these days so we don't get individuals like, never mind. That's a whole nother conversation. Not only for the voting rights, but they'll be able to do discounts. So say maybe if you automatically are invested in their cryptocurrency, which adds value to their company, you might automatically get a discount just for using that, which is also
Which
great.
is super cool if you're a coffee junkie.
That's right. And the last but not least is the profit sharing piece that they've only released a little bit of information, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of digging to figure out what's going on. But to me, it sounds like a version of staking. Now,
What does that mean exactly?
Staking coins are different. So Bitcoin, we have machines that mine the coins, which means
Power
they
hungry.
verify these coins to go. We get 10 computers that'll go, yes, we agree. We see you making that transaction. They're witnesses.
Now, and the more that we have through that process, we also acquire more fees. Is that correct?
It depends on what the fee. So that's a little bit of a loaded question because with Bitcoin, and we can go into that. That's fine. With Bitcoin, you have the transaction fees, but you also have the mining that happens. So for Bitcoin itself, there's 21 million coins that can be made.
Right.
And this is a great question. I like this. Right now, there's about 16 to 17 million of those coins that are available. Now,
So we've got a lot more to go.
exactly.
A lot more gold to dig
So
up.
they say till about, I think, 2022 or 2023, by then all the Bitcoin's going to be mined. And what that means is these miners are releasing, through running this algorithm, the additional coins that aren't yet available to the public. So they're getting this money.
Okay.
Also on top of that, they're probably getting some of these transaction fees. Now, once we're mining, we get through all the mined coins, and all the coins are gone. There's no more gold in the gold mine. Transaction fees are going to take place of that mining. So this is when the individuals are going to see a little increase on price, which is going to be one of the problems down the line. Of course, not right now because,
still
this is
mining.
America, and we don't have to worry about it today, so it just kind of gets thrown in the closet. Nobody really cares. But 5
Sweep
years
that under the rug, just like we're used to, right?
That's right.
We'll cross that bridge when it's,
Absolutely. But staking is replacing the machines that are running, and we have these individuals that are coin holders. It's kind of like your famous statement, I am not a robot, right? We have these individuals that hold coins that say, yes, I am a person.
I'm a human
Yes,
being.
I am witnessing this transaction and not a machine.
Right.
So that's kind of a way to bypass around these power-hungry machines that we're using. And also, you get the transaction fees.
Okay.
That it's very similar to mining. So in staking coins, you put up a certain amount of coins.
Okay.
They may or may not be locked for a certain period of time. You might have to put 500 coins in or something like that for 6 months, and then
Okay.
you might see a 20% return, or however that's worked out. But it's guaranteed money, which is fantastic. It's not like you have to go and invest. It's whatever it is. This is how many coins we're going to pay you, and that's it. So I'm very curious to see if this is how their profit sharing is going to be set up. If it's released on a quarterly basis, are you getting paid for however much Starbucks coin you have? You get 20% of at the end of every quarter. Every 3 months you're like, oh, I have 500 Starbucks coins. Oh well, because
Good
you're
for
holding
4
this.
coffees. 4 mocha lattes.
Or one extra large one.
Yeah. Can I have a super venti, please?
So, but that's great. These are the kinds of things that we want to see. It's not just, okay, we're releasing a product, but guess what? It does the same thing as the money that you have in your pocket right now.
Right.
No, that's what we're getting away from. So thank you, Starbucks, for being able to put this into actual use and really utilizing some of these pieces of technology that we're
Right,
having.
and they're calling it's no longer a corporation, it's a cooperation.
Oh.
And I like that, that's cool. And they're like, there's a reason we called this Starbucks from the beginning. It's like, come on, you did not really know that this was coming. But nonetheless, we'll give it to you. We love it.
Next up, we got Walmart. Another one that I'm not a big fan of personally, but if you're gonna fly something to my house with a drone, I don't care who you are, that's just awesome.
Cool.
The first pizza place that has pizza delivery available via drone, I am in.
Sign me up.
I am in.
Hungry Howie's,
So,
Jets.
smart packaging. Smart packaging. It's going to be able to, and this guy's going to fall under your IOTAs and your CAR V and your any V chain, any item specific type technology that we're looking to track. So tracking packages, tracking the temperatures, tracking this, that, and the other. And sending this information to the blockchain, or sending this information to logistics for shipping and automated drones and that can fly themselves. And it's
The future is now.
we live in such an exciting
this
time.
is
I want a pizza delivery via drone. That's all I really care about at this moment in time.
It's
But-
like, it just reminds me of like the claw in Toy Story, but it's like the reverse claw. It's just like, I'm just imagining it just like, and just arm coming down.
to a better place. I love it.
A new place,
love it.
a future place, the community place of pizza coming from the sky.
That is probably my idea of heaven. I'm sorry. Sign me up. I am there. Marshall
Walmart.
Islands. Marshall Islands, the first national crypto. Are they going to be the first ones? That's what they say.
The first.
We're coming out. We're getting rid of the fiat currency, and we are going to put in place. Now, Dubai has said that they were going to be the first nation to come out with a national cryptocurrency, and the U.S. said that they were going to come in and help Dubai create this. And then we heard crickets. So Marshall Islands is the next one that came up and said, "Hey, guess what, everybody?
We're gonna do it.
Maybe they just wanted to kind of get their shout out, and because I've never heard of them before, so maybe they're just trying to get their claim to fame or 15 minutes of
We're
fame.
gonna go to the moon too.
So Marshall Islands, you've got some work to do. Don't let us down, and then you can put your name up there, and then we'll actually know who you guys are. That'll be fantastic. Mexico has just released their regulatory process for ICOs and cryptocurrencies. It's falling along the lines of everything that's what Russia has done. We have Thailand still trying to figure it out. Korea. Get your stuff together. Just make up your minds. Pick a plan. Follow through. Join the rest of us.
The exciting thing is, this is the first time that we've actually seen North Korea and South Korea in communications. We're seeing North Korea actually making communications with the world, and it's like they're realizing we cannot be stuck here in this past. We have to do this, otherwise, I mean, they're already, from our perspective, they already kind of are in the past. And it's like, well, the world is moving, the world is turning, and we can't just stay still and idle forever. So it's kind of cool, these progressions that are happening.
Absolutely. Do you think we have the Olympics to thank for that? Did you hear about that?
No.
The Olympics. So I want to say one of the governors or head honcho's daughters came over and asked for a peace treaty because of the Olympics that was going on and wanted to.
God bless you.
Extend the olive branch, and that just, it sends chills down my spine.
Sometimes it's all you need, right? One arm.
Ain't that something? That's beautiful. Just gonna get all, I don't know. Okay, it's been an emotional week for me. I can't help it. I'm sorry. So Mexico now is joining the bandwagon. So their lineup pretty much looks, like I said, very similar to what's going on in Russia, what's going on in the U.S. Guess what? Don't come up here with crap ICOs, with no project, with no intention of making anybody any money and just running off with somebody, and then we'll think about letting you come out and have an ICO. It's really what it boils down to. It's very black and white. Do you have a solid product?
We'll find out.
Right. So, thank you, Mexico, for joining the bandwagon. Singapore's on the deck next. They're talking about rules and regulations, as well as, and then India has also joined.
Right.
So, we talk about this stuff because it's global. We want everybody to know that this thing is happening. It's not just somebody buying a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins.
That still stings.
Would you pay 10,000 Bitcoins right now to have a pizza delivered to your house via drone?
I'm a hodler, baby. It's funny, even when I
might consider it.
Last episode we talked about, at Envision Festival, there was the only ATM machine in the entire place for 8,000 people was a Bitcoin ATM machine. And I had a very lengthy discussion with one of the panel holders, and he's just like, no, just pull it here. And I laughed, and I was like, no way, dude. No way. I'm holding. I know I can, I can't see the future, but at the same time, I know what's in store, and there's no way I'm pulling out right now. It's like, I don't pull out.
God bless you.
All right.
Let's talk about the banks.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan. He's been holding out for a while.
He's been on the denial train.
I think he just there wasn't enough drinks to kind of keep it going, and he finally just had to come out and just let it all out. He's freaking out.
I was wrong. I was so wrong. My banks are doomed.
So,
we know.
If you can't beat him, join him. So JP Morgan came out and publicly announced and publicly acknowledged how disruptive blockchain might actually be to the banks.
To their brick and mortar little society.
Welcome to the club, JP Morgan and Chase. Welcome to the club. So if you can't beat him,
join him.
And who do we have joining us now? We got the Dutch bank, the Rabo Bank. The Dutch bank, Rabo Bank, is now considering offering their clientele crypto wallets. Crypto wallets.
This is good stuff, guys.
Crypto wallets in the institutional
This
banks.
is just fantastic.
In the institutional, it's beautiful. And this, like I said, we're looking at this news from the green light perspective. So
Right.
it's in a positive image. It's not like, oh my gosh, everybody's freaking out. This is going to take down systems, and we're not going to know what to do without this system that we've had for so long. It's like, no, we see how this is going to integrate and transform and turn into the next evolution of currency, of money, the way we trade.
Right. The end of one thing is always the beginning of another. So it's not like, when we had seen Tesla come out, it's not like all of a sudden the big three here in Detroit just fell under. And it's a long process. It's
Absolutely.
a lot of things. And there was a lot of even rules and regulations that if you're not from the state of Michigan, Tesla tried to get cars sold here, but the big three lobbied against them, and they're like, no, unless you open up an actual sales store where you have, car salesmen here, and they're like, Elon Musk is like, no, I'm the future. This is the age of Aquarius. You're stuck in your old ways, your old brick and mortar things. I want to do direct sales. And the big three lobbied against him and said, well, you can't sell your cars here in Michigan. This is huge. So it's like we're seeing these same kind of things, these rules and regulations popping up that are going to be like, wait a minute, no, I'm not ready for this change because I have to protect my, survival. Yeah. It's like I need to survive. I got to make sure that I've got enough for me and my family and all of these things. But it's like, well, we're getting away from this. We're getting away from this selfish greed, and we're in a kind of, again, we're moving toward this place of community. Like, okay, well, we have to open up. We have to expand.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now the Swiss with Liechtenstein Bank. Did I say that right?
We love the Swiss.
The Liechtenstein.
It's more than just skiing and eating chocolate, okay?
And bobsledding. Wait, no, luge. I'm sorry, the luge.
Did you see the skeleton luge?
Masters
skeleton luge
of
in the frickin' Olympics?
Nuts.
Dude, that is wild.
These guys are crazy. We like the Swiss. Anywho, Liechtenstein Bank, direct investing in cryptocurrency options. And I'm really curious to see how this one's going to be set up. Is the bank going to have their own Binance trading exchange? How does this work? Are you just going to have to push the button A, B, or C and then hit $20 and it's like a crypto ATM? I don't know how this is going to work. Is it some of the things that I've heard about is some of the hedge funds coming out or like that are similar to the index funds for the stock market. So the index funds, you have the SP 500 or whatever it is, which is the top 500 stocks.
Right.
And it's kind of like, you go to the casino and shoot the craps, you play the line. So you're playing on all of them.
Right.
Which is really cool. But when you do these things, I think it was a guaranteed 5%.
Right, it minimizes, you're right, if you put, here's $100 on 29, you're maximizing profits, 49 to 1 odds. If you put, that on red, well, that's a double up. If you put it on black, it's a double up, So when you're, well, I'm gonna play it really safe here, I'm gonna put one in here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. You're guaranteed to win, but your profits are much, much, much smaller to where it's just like, is it even worth it?
But so let's just take, for example, and maybe I'm just flat out greedy. There's just maybe just a little, I don't know, 5% just for some of the returns that I've seen, and maybe I'm a little modest because I sit here and stare at these charts all day. But for the average individual, 5% is probably better than most institutional things that have.
I mean, I've
stocks,
loaned to a credit
bonds,
union,
things like
and
that.
it's like 2%. 2%,
absolutely.
maybe 3% in a growth savings account.
So looking at it from that direction, it's great,
Right.
fantastic, and they're going to get a
good.
lot of movement with that. Now, from the other angle, if you're into that and you put the time in, if you put in, I believe, $100 into each of one of the top 100s in 2017, just $100. That's 10 grand from number 1 to 100 in January through to December, you would have netted $900,000. Also, almost $1 million for 1 year.
5 Starbucks coffees.
I love it. 900. Can't help. Okay.
Good coffee, right?
It better be $900,000. Thank you for that. That just made my day. $900,000. So 5%, but I mean, playing it safe. The individuals that have no knowledge, guaranteed 5%. That's awesome. That's rocking. I mean, so we're gonna see a lot more of these things.
And it's not that BitConnect guarantee either.
No.
It's not where somebody can just sweep this out and you're like, you know, and it is playing it safe, but it is playing it where you are still profiting in a safe way.
Now it's 5% now because we're on the bottom. We're still on the ground
Tier
level.
1. Yeah.
10 years from now, that could all change. You know, once the market, I mean, the last individuals over there to the gold rush, well, yeah, sorry, we're out of gold.
Right.
So now you're buying
1949
in
to
only at the top
1955, right, guys?
So
we limited time here. And it's like they'd seen these miners come in, they'd seen these giant machines come in. We're experiencing the same stuff. You know, it's just like it started off with just this little thing and just like, oh, okay, cool, you can mine. I got a little computer, and now we're seeing these giant warehouses full. And like Aaron just said, about 2023, 2024. You know, and let me tell you what happens in 2024. We have Pluto is finally moving into Aquarius. You know, it's just like so many people ask us, right, are we there? You know, was December 21st, 2012, are we in the age of Aquarius? It's like, well, we're in the birthing process, and it's like once Pluto, again, that's a 242-year cycle goes around, and you know, and we're gonna have America here is gonna have our Pluto return, which is kind of a huge thing. We're kind of waking up into reality and coming back into this sense of community. So, you know, it's coming, and at that point in time,
it's coming.
It's coming, right? Again, there's no coincidences that this is approximately when everything is going to be mined and when we're entering this new kind of era.
Absolutely. It's going to be really fascinating to see. So, do we have anything else up in the sky today?
Oh, well, come on. All right.
My bad.
It's Friday. Did you see this full moon this morning or last night? You know, I don't know if this video is going to come out Friday night or Saturday morning here, but holy smokes.
Fell asleep with the kids.
I was up north, and let me tell you, it was like the sun was on. It was so bright and beautiful. It was so bright, and it didn't help. We literally just got dumped on yesterday with a couple inches of snow, so that kind of reflection helped. But you know, we have this Pisces party. We have Venus and Neptune and Mercury and the Sun all up in Pisces, which again is this, you know, if Aquarius is the community, right? And the consciousness, the collective consciousness, it's like Pisces is the collective unconsciousness, is where we're going right, you know, before we come back around. It's the end of the astrological year before we come back into, it's like the graduation, right? So before we come back into Aries, which is self. So, me. And Pisces is the full spectrum of these things. So as we have Mercury, Venus, Neptune, and the Sun all up in Pisces, we're living in a fantasy world here. And the moon was over here in Virgo, and it's just like, oh, it's going to be beautiful, and one day my investment's going to be worth $1 million, $100,000, $1 billion, and
my daughter
the
says
sky's the limit. You know, who knows how high it's going to go? I just bought fun tokens at 5 cents, and now they're going to be, you know, fun's going to be huge because I mean, it certainly may be, but nonetheless,
Casino coin.
But it's just like, but it's only 5 cents. You know, Bitcoin's going to be $1 million. Yeah, but it's 11,000. So it's like it's like this moon and Virgo
back down
here.
to the ground, people.
Right. So it's like we have water. Okay. So Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio, these are our water signs. And water, it's the lowest. It sinks to the lowest parts of the earth. Okay, Virgo is Earth. Virgo is, I'm gonna rise up. We're gonna go up and up and up. And it's like, we're gonna get the work done here. We can't just sit down here in this lagoon all day. We have to rise. We have to get stuff done. We've got fruit to bear. We've got flowers that, these people need this stuff. So it's like, we gotta get to work. We can't live in this dream world all the time. We've gotta look at the cold, hard facts of reality. We can't be, it's like, our own ego is like escaping. It's escaping the reality of what is. It's like, this is the reality, folks. And it's like that Virgo moon is kind of reminded us that. And this Virgo moon is going to be here for the next couple of days, and it's going to move into Libra. And on Sunday is a huge day for astrology. We have the Sun and Neptune conjunct, all right, at 13 and a half degrees. All right, 13 and a half degrees.
Is that a lucky number in astrology?
We don't believe in luck in astrology.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no coincidence. There is no luck. Things just are, or they aren't. So, if you know your own chart, okay, and if you have stuff in the later degrees, anything between 20 to 30 degrees, you're getting nailed, man. You're getting nailed. So we've got, Pluto's up there still in Capricorn. It's going to be there again until 2024. All right, and that's the king of transformation. We got to transform how we view these things and how we bring ourselves to the table. We have to transform our own structures of our government, our own laws, and our boundaries of ourselves. Okay,
what's happening?
Saturn's up there, just moved in December. Again, that's a 30-year cycle. It's going to take 2.5 years to move through. Okay, so 2020, these two are going to meet up before Saturn moves into Aquarius. So anyway, so all of these planets are at these kind of 20 degrees. Mars is over there in Sagittarius at 22 degrees, and it's squaring the sun, it's squaring Neptune, it's squaring Mercury, it's squaring Venus. Venus is our love planet, it's our money planet, it's our wants and desires, okay? Mercury's how we get those wants, Mars is how we get those wants and desires. And again, like we talked about the other day, it's like, oh, I want the degree, I want all these things, I'm dreaming of it, and I can see it, I can visualize it, it's like the manifestor, this great manifestor. I can manifest and see these things, and then you got Mercury saying, yeah, but you have to do the work first. That moon in Virgo, you gotta do the work first. And then it's moving into Libra, and it's gonna oppose Uranus there in Aries, which is me, my journey, and mine. And Libra, what is Libra? Libra's about balance. It's about other people. So it's what's going on here. We have this huge aspect of my dreams and my reality versus the real reality, and that we are in a community.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I love when people are like, it's like an adolescent kind of thing. It's like, I don't need anybody. I'm going out on my own. It's just like, how are you going to survive?
Takes a whole village.
Were you a Green Beret? Do you know how to honestly? I know one person. I know literally one person that was like one of those Green Beret guys that was dropped off in the jungle, and it's like, okay, you're here for 2 months, survive. Figure it out. You get a knife and some duct tape. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, in a canteen, survive. So it's just like, we need other people. This is not a solo journey. So it's like, we need other people. We have to figure out, again, looking for the information, and we have to decipher this information ourselves, and we have to communicate it. Mm-hmm. We have to visually look and say, all right, yes, these 4 things here do the exact same thing, but we have to get down to the nitty-gritty on which one of these is going to be real. They all have these dreamy illusions, like, we're the best, we're the new future, follow us, it's going to be great, it's all green pastures. It's like, what is it? Do you really have everything backed up that you're saying you do? So Sunday's a really interesting day in astrology for that,
Absolutely.
And it's like, as well as it's like communication. Communication is a huge aspect, and communication from your heart. Communication from, what are you trying to manifest? What are your goals here in this? Let's bring them into reality, but be realistic, right?
Absolutely. Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to those retrogrades that are coming up too. So we're definitely going to keep everybody updated on those. We'll bring it with the charts. It's going to be exciting. I think it's time for, I get to say it this time. The card, True Wisdom card.
Let's do it. Oh, I'm going this guy right here.
There we go.
Well, it's a long one. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsie as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along, you'll start happening too. Dr. Seuss.
Don't
riddle.
forget to like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Hit that little bell down there for the notifications so you keep up with everything we've got going on in the crypto world. Thank you for joining us here on
Cryptocosm!